Because if Kenichi fought Zool, that means that he's now fought Jangle, Heinel, Zool. The only one he hasn't fought would be Bergen. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we are back to another episode of Voltace 5. Last episode, let's see, Professor Oka retired due to a health condition that even Sakunji said that he wouldn't be able to take, and agreed that retirement was the way to go. Unfortunately, due to a mind-controlling beast machine, Megumi tried to assassinate her dad while he was in the cockpit of a helicopter. Then the beast machine flies off because it gets shot off her hand. Threatens to kill them both in the helicopter. He distracts it, gets killed. So now I keep calling him Professor Oka. General Oka is now gone, meaning the final piece of the original cast of adult characters, I guess, is gone. There's nobody left from the originals. Sakunji is our replacement to Professor Hamaguchi, but even then, it's kind of implied that when Professor Go kind of formed the crew around him, that Sakunji was a guy who was just like out there who didn't want to join and then joined later. So I guess technically Professor Go would be the final one, but he's the one who doesn't want to come back until the mission is complete, which is to, I guess, overthrow the government of the Bosnia and elevate all the hornless Bosnians who are, forced into slavery. Until then, he doesn't want to see his kids. So yeah, I mean, that's the situation we're in, but that is an element at play, but I don't think it's an element that's going to get play. Like, I don't know, we're so late in that I don't think we're gonna. General Oka was meant to be replaced, but I don't think that replacement is going to matter. I don't think it's like when Professor Hamaguchi gets replaced, that it's something that we're going to focus on. I think we're so close to the end of the show that we're just going to focus on reaching that end and not focus on introducing a new character that we then have to deal with. In fact, I would think to the detriment of the show that we're probably not even going to focus all that much time on Megumi getting over it. To be fair, everybody else that died got like one episode. Even General Denge only got one episode, and he wasn't even, to be fair, there was no one there to lament over him. We didn't even see the mother and the newborn child again, so they weren't present to lament the man who sacrificed his life saving them, his death. Huh. I just realized that now. Sometimes the ramble has a good effect, because otherwise I wouldn't even thought about that. I know, nobody out there cares, it's just me. Anyway, I guess let's just go ahead and hop on in, because I don't know what else to think here. We are only going to see what happens after General Oka dies. This, now.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
But I think the heat is affecting my brain. Yeah, we already discussed what the next time on text was after we saw the visual of what it was, which is to imply that it looks like, and I guess there's no reason why they couldn't have done so. We're going to see an evil version of the Voltace 5, because it very much didn't look like the Voltace 5 was failing to combine itself. It looks like they were failing to get a evil version of it to combine. And I'm saying fair enough, because we already saw that Zool created an entire schematic of the Voltace 5. Even if they didn't know what the pieces did, they knew how they fit together in a schematic, right? It's like having a puzzle and not knowing what the picture on it is, you still know how to put the pieces together. So from that aspect, why not make like a dozen Voltace 5s? And I don't know how Evil Voltace 5 goes into a jungle episode. Been a while since we saw Eiffel. Although I thought they shipped Eiffel off somewhere else. I will say this, 30-something episodes in, I thought Ippei and Megumi were going to be like a couple or something. They've done like nothing together. To be fair, when she was passing on the letter from Catherine to Kenichi, she was like, to the possibility of him having a boyfriend. But I feel, again, this is one of those things, I feel like we're too close to the end for a relationship to suddenly develop between any of these characters. Same thing for Heinel and Catherine. I keep thinking that's going to be something. It's not. It's never something. Never saw her cry. Here she is crying. No, I'm literally bringing it up. Just last rant. Or ramble, rather. So he's crying for her tears. I'm not deriding it. I understand it completely. I'm just pointing it out, I guess. Okay, you legit watch them do it every time. We know you sit there every transformation sequence. How do you not get this right? Once again, isn't Bergen a non-horned Boaznian? He can't have any horns under that helmet. I mean, it would also explain why he never takes the helmet off. The moment he does, he becomes a slave. Morse code. I mean, to be fair though, if they are trying to make their own copy of the Voltes 5, and it is based on Zool's stuff, it's a heavily unupgraded Voltes 5 unit then. Because the Voltes 5 has been, upgraded quite a few times since back then. Yeah, I think it's been a long time since we've seen Taco. Yeah, to be fair, they've made a number of combining beast fighters before. I don't know why they'd be having a problem with this. Legit, if it gets taken out by, like, their secondary weapons, then it never had a chance against the Voltes 5. Especially if you get destroyed by the top. The top never hurt anything. I swear the saucers have gotten weaker over time. Or, I mean, don't vault out. Like, step on him. Step on him in humanoid form, or pick him up with your humanoid giant hand. Oh, that's a very specific type of gun. In laser form, but... yeah, I guess he's, motivated. As per the start of the episode. Yeah, I guess there's actually no point to Bosnian armor. Oh no, actually, to the contrary. It made the armor glow. It didn't penetrate the armor. But the armor glowing is enough to kill you. Also, why are they wearing skirts but no pants? I can't remember. Did Kenichi fight Zool also? Because if Kenichi fought Zool, that means that he's now fought Jangle, Heinel, Zool. The only one he hasn't fought would be Bergen. To be fair, they call us animals, so us calling them animals isn't any worse. To be fair, he's the gun guy. You're the whip guy. This is how this would happen. Not doing a good job out there, Hiyoshi. By not doing a good job, I mean he did not communicate to them there was danger. Obviously, he's doing the best he can in his vault machine. To be fair, you're also main characters. I don't think you're gonna get killed by a simple saucer. Again, these are things that barely hurt the saucers back in episode 1. I legit thought he was gonna Hulk out of the rope. Legit, if any one of them had tried to shoot the rocks that Ippei and Kenichi were hit behind and killed them, the war would have been won. You say? What evidence of that do we actually have? I guess I really just thought there was going to be more to the whole evil Voltace 5 unit thing. I mean, it's a classic trope. Power Rangers copied it like a million times. Notice that Ippei has a gun. And a willingness to kill. The trick is you're supposed to say that while you get closer to him. So if the first shot doesn't kill you, you can retaliate. I mean, maybe you should have fired before he got so close. Your own damn fault, Kenichi. You haven't drawn first blood. They've drawn so much blood. That was Ippei's whole point. And it's hard to believe, Jangle, because you do not look like the rest of your kind. In fact, neither did Zool. Now I think about it. Yeah, how do they not know that Professor Go is a Bosnian when he was the almost emperor? Do you figure he'd have a face that everybody would know by now? Hold that gun in a better way. You're pointing it right at my face.
無事で何よりだ。そちほどの男がまさか敵に囚われるなどとは思ってもいなかったぞ。お許しをとんだ不覚でございました。もうよい、話は後だ。直ちに鎧重士を出撃させるのだ。ほう。
I mean, to be fair, a long time ago, you used to get, like, locked up in a room and then, like, tortured for hours. And now you get yelled at a little bit. Literally, just keep the gun pointed at him. Crab. It's gonna be crab. They're close enough. Didn't they fight a crab once? No, that was the fake one that they were trying to trick Professor Go with. Missed opportunity. Could have brought up her fear of crabs back then. Remembering that Kenichi does everything as the lead of the Voltes 5 unit. Meaning if Kenichi is hurt, then that downgrades the ability of the Voltes 5 unit to act. I forget, is each Voltes unit itself coded to its specific pilot? Who would say, Megumi, get into Kenichi's unit and operate it. And, you know, Kenichi gets in her unit and operates that one. That way somebody who's not deadly, or say, somebody who's not extremely injured, having to pilot the Voltes 5 unit. Because if that's the case, that's another extreme weakness of the Voltes 5. That you don't even have to aim at the rest of the Voltes 5 members. You just hurt Kenichi enough that he can't pilot. And then the entire Voltes 5 transformation thing no longer matters. Looks like he really needs a strap for his upper body, too. They all get, like, rocked around. Yoshi's having a whole different effect to it. I don't know, I guess I always think back to the Power Rangers, sorry, I don't know what the Sentai version of that would be. The Power Rangers Megazord, which has all of them in a joint cockpit together. God knows what they're all doing in their own individual cockpits in the Voltes 5 merge thing. Presumably just sitting there watching Kenichi do everything. Oh, didn't even see it draw the sword this time. It's weird. Do you think they would... You would think they would show Kenichi having more of a problem, as much as they're expressing the whole arm thing. But really, this is like caused Kenichi no problem at all. In Ryan George parlance, super easy, barely an inconvenience.
すいません博士ジャンギャルを取り逃がしてしまいました気にするな再びジャンギャルと相まみえることはいくらでもあるそれより早く戻って
Not that many, though. I'd say maybe like 8 chances at best.
まことか奴の言葉はまことなのかあのボルテス5の生みの親郷健太郎がボアザン星人だったとは本当に彼らにはボアザン星人の血が流れているのか
I wonder why he's so interested, though. Because remember... I remember that he was part of the entire, not assassination, of killing the one Bosnian fighter that they had that sided with General Denge, that refused to do dishonorable shit, right? They just, like, executed that guy and then dropped the remains on the Big Falcon. So, he clearly isn't against killing other Bosnians. So I don't know where Professor Go and the rest, being Bosnian, would matter much to him. And again, I already thought he was going to be the classist one that would care if somebody didn't have horns. So the element that Professor Go might be the almost former emperor who didn't have horns doesn't sit with me as something that would be beneficial for him to know or not know.
天一たちを狙うジャンギャル将軍の新たな作戦とは何かボルテス5に打ち込まれた恐怖の細菌が意味するものとは
Godzilla meets the Hulk?
新たな戦いを呼ぶ次回ボルテス5魔の細菌攻撃にご期待ください
What is the new plan of General Jangle that Kenichi and his friends are aiming for? What is the meaning of the terrifying bacteria injected into Voltes 5? The blood of planet Boaznan calls for a new battle. Please look forward to the next episode of Voltes 5, the evil bacteria attack. We are pulling out all the stops. I was going to guess before I read that he was going to attack them with something that would affect humans, but not Boaznians. That way he could identify if it was true, if they're half Boaznian or not. Could still be true, you know? So, I don't know. I think the most interesting part of this episode, well, I thought was going to be evil Voltes 5 unit. Turns out that was just nothing. Is the conceit that Jangle cares about them being Boaznian or not. Now, granted, I say that is the most interesting conceit, not the most interesting thing overall, because I don't think he should care. He was part of an execution of a Boaznian, so he doesn't care about not killing Boaznians or killing Boaznians. He was actively trying to kill Bergen when he first showed up. He was just a Boaznian too. So, like, I don't know. The element that I thought that he was going to be one of the classist ones that might fight Heinel if Heinel turned out to not have horns for real. Granted, I don't base that on anything. I just feel like that's the thing. And Professor Go being a Bosnian, the three Go boys being Bosnian, would mean that they would be hornless Bosnians, and he's clearly somebody that cares about horns. He is a 3-horned Bosnian. How many other ones of that have we seen? Granted, I think the one in his head here is the symbolic one, like they've given all the other slave fighters to indicate that you're a warrior amongst also being a Bosnian. I don't know. I think this is going to take some thought. The idea that why does he care so much? Is there a greater backstory at play, or are we just trying to introduce a new narrative to apply to whatever story is coming here at the very end? So, yeah, same thing as before, going into the notes for next time. So, that said, I have been Theta, this has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?